Welcome back. The first part of our program looked at Darfur. The civil war in the Democratic Republic of the Congo is incredibly, even more horrifying. The fighting, which started in 1998 and never really ended, has been called Africa's World War. It has left more than 5 million people dead, and the killing is of the most macabre kind, with women targeted and children recruited as child soldiers. The root cause of all the violence which has plagued Congo for centuries is the struggle for control over vast mineral wealth. Wealth has complicated its foreign relations, bringing intrusions from neighbors like Rwanda and Uganda. The latter two countries having played important roles in first unseating the longtime dictator Mobutu Sese Seko, and then triggering civil war as a land grab ensued. Much of the world has simply tuned out, in part because of this complexity of the struggle, but also because of the barbarity of the fighting. CBC producer Moini Katuka from Kenya, however, is among those who believe that we have to try and understand. She recently interviewed 3 African experts visiting Toronto to talk about Congo. Here's their explanation of how the spiral of violence started and on a possible way out.
The Congo is a country which is sick politically, economically, culturally, sick in everything, sick of lack of governance, lack of democracy. It's a country of corruption and a country where people does not have the possibility of life, and they are struggling for water, they are struggling for housing, they are struggling for school. They don't have any means. It's a country by the name, but there is a non-existence of state in Congo for more than 20 years.
It's a complex situation, but in few words I will just say that you see, after the fall of Mobutu's regime, which was a dictatorship, Kabila, the father, came. But he came with Rwandese and Ugandese who had their own agendas. And this agenda is about the implementation to take Kivu province, and for that they needed to have, as head of state in Congo, people who really don't care about Congolese people.
You know, in 96, 97, Laurent Desire Kabila came in the power with a backup of Uganda of Yoweri Museveni and the Rwanda of Paul Kagame. And 1 year after, 97 to 98, the same Tutsi Rwandese who came with Laurent Desire Kabila start an aggression war, supported again by Paul Kagame of Rwanda and Yoweri Museveni of Uganda. And this war has killed more than 6 million Congolese. Every day there is people dying at an average of 45,000 people by month in Congo. Nobody is speaking about. We have got more than 1 million brutal sexual crimes. And we have more than 2 million displaced people around the country.
Unfortunately, what we have found is that the conflict is pure and simple a scramble to control the wealth of the Congo. The coal, the gold, the diamonds, uranium, the tin, the lumber, you name it. Congo possesses perhaps 70 to 80% of the reserves of coltan. So it is required for modern technology to have access to this mineral. And therefore, all of us are benefiting from this mineral being used in cell phones. It's used in laptops and computers. And so when we let people know that people are dying so that they can have a better cell phone, that raises people's awareness, and it causes people to stop and think, so this is not right, this is not just, this is not fair, and it must stop. There are many forces who has been their primary agenda to control the use and access of those resources. The American companies, Canadian companies, European companies, you name it, all of them are there with the primary purpose of controlling certain deposits of resources in terms of copper and cobalt. And unfortunately, what has happened is that the people of the Congo end up in the middle and left out of that equation.
There are so many lobbies, multinational societies who take advantage of the confusion in Congo to plunder and always organize more plunder in the Congo. But unless we reach good democracy, well, this confusion will continue.
The ICC, the International Criminal Court, has a deterrent role for taking in account the international justice as they did for Rwanda. The thing which is happening today should not happen tomorrow. And the international community knows that there is no peace without justice. In Congo, there is a lack of justice. There is a lot of corruption in all the system of state, from the summit of state up to the bottom. And we hope that by establishing a special court on Congo, this will compensate the lack of justice which is in the country.
A special envoy can be appointed to deal with the situations in the Congo, just as there have been special envoys appointed to go to the Middle East and also in other countries. We think that we can make significant progress once we have someone spending some serious time and attention on the issue of the Congo. We think that there can be peace and stability in the Congo once we get foreign forces out of the Congo. We are speaking here primarily of Rwanda and Uganda, who have been using the resources of the Congo to build their own nations at the expense of the Congolese people. So we need pressure to be placed upon Rwanda, Uganda to get out of the Congo, to stop interfering in the affairs of the Congo.
Certainly, African Union can do something, and I think now we're under the impulse of the new president, Mr. Gaddafi. Maybe something good can come out of it, but we should give him a chance to talk to all the protagonists of Congo crisis, and maybe also to let the dialogue within African communities take place. And we should see at last the international community to accompany the solutions that we decide, and not to come and decide in our place.